welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be recreating this really pretty birthday set that I created for a collaboration with the Glitter Girlz. Today was Jillian's birthday, and this is the set that I created. She liked green or mint green, she likes pink, she likes hollow, flowers, vintage. So I came up with this design and I used these materials here to create the set. You'll need a base coat and a top coat. I prefer Madam Glam. I used Madam Glam's Perfect White, Dusty Pastel Green. I used new mistletoe from their holographic collection. I used Perfect Pink from their Perfect collection. I also used some small clear AB crystals, as well as two larger ones for the thumb. I've separated them in here. I also have some 3mm smaller crystals for the accents on the index and ring fingers. I've also got some holographic glitter with some tinsel. It's got holographic tinsel, some pink glitter, and I've got a stamping plate. This is Clear Jelly Stampers CJS 72 plate, and we will be using this image here for the ring finger, and we will be pulling from the flowers in this one. Where is it now? In this image for the index finger. So we have everything set. I'm going to clear my table and come back with the pre-prep nails with basically the base coats, and we'll go from there. So stick tight. I'm back and the nails have been prepped. We've got our Perfect White, the two nails with Perfect Pink, and the two nails with the Dusty Pastel Green. Now, on the thumbnail, let's work on that one first. And I've also got no white top coat already on the two pink nails. I don't have top coat yet on the others because of the way that you have to work on them. For the thumbnail, we're going to go ahead and it's a holographic chrome powder. So we're going to put in a no white top coat on it so that the chrome sticks to it. Get a nice generous even layer on your nail. And all of this can go in the lamp at the same time, so I don't have to cure individually in between. So we've got a no white layer on the thumb. Once we cure that, it'll be ready for chrome. On the two green nails, even though that's a really pretty green, I like the holographic effect on them, and how I got that was with the Madam Glam Mistletoe holographic polish. So I'm going to put a very thin layer because this is transparent and I don't want to cover up that green because I still want it to be bright. So I'm going to put a very thin layer of this holographic green on the nails. A thin layer right over the green. Because this polish, if you put a second coat, it gets darker. But I don't want it dark, but I want the holographic effect. So I'm putting a thin layer. There we go. Nice thin even layer. This polish is amazing. I don't know if you could see that. I'm going to bring it up to the camera real quick. It's a holographic polish. The glitter, holographic glitter is in the polish. So we'll go ahead and do this nail. Nice thin layer. Again, I'm not trying to change the color of the nail in as much as I am just trying to get some holographic glitter without having to chrome out the same nail again with the same chrome. I want it to have a different effect than the thumbnail. There we go. So we can put this in the lamp to cure. And when we come back out, we're going to go ahead and chrome the white nail, the white thumbnail. 30 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and while this nail was curing, while they were curing, I went ahead and pulled out the chrome powder because I found that it works best when it comes fresh out of the lamp. So get your little supply onto your applicator. I'm going to turn this around so I don't knock into the other nails, and I can hold it firmly. And basically just rub it in. Rub it into the nail. Now this one, when you're applying it, you can see the pink chrome in it, but it shifts to green. Wherever the light hits it, it's green. And when the light is not necessarily focused on it, you've got a pink tone to it. So I thought this was the perfect chrome to use. There we go. You want to take the other side of your applicator and wipe off any excess so you don't get it in your top coat. There we go. I'm going to bring this up to the camera so hopefully you could see how it has pink, but where the lights are hitting it, it's shifting to green. So that takes care of the thumbnail. Now, you'll want to top coat that, and I'm going to put the no wipe top coat on it. I'm also going to top coat these two. They have an inhibition layer, and then we'll be ready to put the decorations on the nails. So let's put some no wipe top coat on the white thumbnail. Seal in that chrome. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the work. You can see that pink and green shift. Wherever the light is hitting, it's green. Wherever it's not directly hitting, it's pink. So we're going to go ahead and cover the two green nails as well. Protect the holographic glitter layer that we put on them. I don't have enough polish on the brush. There we go. Nice, generous layer. Again, the two pink nails, when I did the base, it was just 2 coats of pink and then the no wipe top coat, because we're going to do some simple stamping and some sugaring with the glitter on those 2 nails. And last but not least, the pinky. Nice, generous, no wipe top coat layer. And while this is curing in the lamp, I'm going to bring my glitters over and get them ready. There we go. Put that in the lamp for 30 seconds. Like Madame Glam, you only need 30 seconds in the lamp and you're good to go. So I'm back, and I know just before the break I mentioned putting on the glitter on the nails, but I realized that actually I have to stamp first, because if I were to put glitter on half of this nail, the stamper would never reach the full surface of where it needs to stamp. These are the two glitters I'm going to be using. The pink for the pink nails and this white iridescent for the green nails. We're going to set that aside and we're going to work on the stamping first. For the ring finger, I'm going to be using this image here. I have Clear Jelly Stampers plate CJS 72. I'll put the full description down in the full name down in the description box. I'm also going to just be using Clear Jelly Stampers white stamping polish number 002. I don't have my gloves on, but it's white polish. It's not as hard to clean off as black polish is. So we're just going to run with it today. So basically, again, I'm going to tilt it a little because I want to polish in one direction, cover the image. This is a very etched plate. The etching in it is very, very deep, so I want to make sure to get enough polish in there. I want to scrape in the opposite direction, and I want to hold down this plate so I can clear it out really good. There we go. Take my stamper, make sure it's clean, roll it onto the image. Look how clear that picked up. I'll move this out of the way. I'm running on time here. Now, how I wanted it to show up on the nail was like this, but I don't want it to have this little extra flourish at the bottom because I'm going to be putting glitter. I suppose I could stamp it and then just take it off. It doesn't really matter, but I'd rather clear it off just to make sure that it's not on the nail. So we take the image. Let me get this nail out of the way because I don't want it to interfere with me stamping. I tilted the nail because I'm only covering this side of it, so I want to make sure I absolutely get that side. So now I take the stamper and I place the image right where I want it to be, and I think that that's actually really good right there. And you roll it, and if it has a few edges, you can clear them off, and it does because of the fact that the nail is so thin and the image is so wide. That's fine. Clear it off like that, and there you have it. Looks pretty close to the original that I did. Now, on the index finger, I'm going to be using a separate image, a different one. And let me put this back on. We're going to top coat that now and get ready for the next stamp. So clear off my stamper on my Clear Jelly Stamper sticky pad. Get that ready. I have my polish. Now, the next image I'm going to be using is this image here. When I scraped down, I got the plate a little bit covered in nail polish, so I'm just going to take some acetone and wipe that clear, because you want it completely free of nail polish, of stamping polish, before you go to stamp. Now, since it stays a little bit wet, I like to put a little bit of alcohol because that'll help it dry clear and not have that cloud, the cloud on it. There we go. See, hear how etched these are? This is a very deeply etched plate. I'm going to make sure you really get all that polish out. So now, the part of the image that it caught was this part in here. You see these flowers? And you see these little flourishes? Let me go ahead and zoom in a little so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, move the hand a little bit. These little flowers are right there, these here, and the flourishes that are right above it. So I definitely want to catch the center of this image. So I'm going to apply my polish. Sometimes it takes a little bit of planning of what you want to put on nail. So I'm going to make sure I cover this whole section here. And I'm definitely going to pick up those flowers and a little bit below. Now I know the glitter will cover it, but I'm going to try to clean off as much as possible because you saw the excess strings I had on this one because I didn't really clean it off. I don't want that on this one either. So scrape, wipe it off, pick up your image. It should be nice and crystal clear, and it is. Now I think I'm going to take this thumbnail out of the way, and I'm going to put this on the end in the opposite direction because I'm stamping on the right side of the nail this time. So you see where it goes? You kind of use that as your guide. I'm just picking up these flowers. So we'll remove everything else that we don't want. This may not transfer. I think I waited a little too long. That is key as well. But let's give it a try. Don't want to waste it if we don't have to. So this is about right there. It's a little bit different than the original, but you get the idea. Go ahead and wipe that down. You can take that all off after you put a new white top coat. Or no white top coat, you can actually clean it with acetone. So there you have it. Pretty close. Not exact. I think it'll still work because the glitter is what controls where the stones go. So let me clear this off. I wipe my plate during a break while I'm curing the nails, so I'm just going to set it aside. And now I can put this nail back on its pedestal and bring the thumbnail back. And I'm going to apply no wipe top coat to those two nails that I just stamped. That way I protect the stamping image. So we'll do that quickly. There we go. And when that cures, it's going to be nice and clear. We'll put some on here. And you don't want to just cover the stamp. You want to just cover the whole nail again. Make it a thick enough layer to protect the image, but a thin enough layer that you're not bulking up your nail. There we go. Make sure I get that edge. Don't want that coming off. There we go. We're going to pop this in the lamp. I'm going to clean my plate. I'm done with the stamping, so I'm going to remove all of this extra stuff and we'll be ready to do the glitter. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now the nails have been cured. I brought out my extra little base so that I don't struggle with the glitter. And I don't want glitter to get on the other nails. So I'm going to put one at each end. And the way you achieve the effect where you have partial glitter is basically you just put the no wipe top coat where you want the glitter to land. It's that simple. Now I usually make a mess, and look, the chrome's sticking to my, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the chrome is already sticking to my silicone pad, and so is the glitter that seems to be falling out of this container. So I'm going to take a regular sheet of copy paper and I'm going to put that down, and that's going to catch the glitter. So let's take our no wipe top coat, and on the index finger I basically come from the left of the nail down to the right of the nail. So I'm going to go ahead and do that You could just do it straight out of the bottle. You can get a brush if you'd like, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I feel comfortable with just giving a little swoop down the side of the nail, and then I want this to be covered. I'm going to change this one up just a little. Being that the stamping didn't come out at an angle, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the whole front of the nail. Let's do it like that. From one side, swoop down to the other side, and leave it there. And then the other nail is coming down the design. Follow the line of the design. And I'm going to try to go around these two little swirls like it is here so that I can put stones, rhinestones in that part. So follow the line of the design. Come around these two. And if you want, you can get a small thin brush, but I think I can stick this little, the tip of my brush in there enough, just enough to catch the glitter, because the stone is going to kind of take up the space anyway. And there you have it. So now I've got nice, generous layers of no white top coat on the nail. And basically, you just sprinkle it with glitter. Put that away. Get my glitter. Get my scooper. Get my scooper. Take a little bit of the glitter in the scoop. Lean the nail over the glitter pot and just sprinkle it on. You can make a thicker layer, you can make a thinner layer. I like to put a couple of taps onto it, even if it has extra. You take the nail, make sure put this glitter on it, and then you just lean it over and tap. And so I'm not going to brush it yet. We're going to cure it because there's a little glitter up here, but it's not going to stick to that because that's not a fresh coat of no white top coat. Now we'll go to this other nail. We'll take another scoop, and this one had it all down the side, so we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that on. This is called sugaring the nail. For those of you that don't know, they call it sugaring because the glitter ends up looking like sugar on the top of the nail. This glitter is very fine, so it's going to have texture, but it's not going to be so overwhelming that you feel like it's too much. There we go. Lean it over the pot. Tap it out, get the excess off. And so now you have two nails that now have glitter. I'm going to stick that in the lamp, and I'll be right back, and we'll do the two green ones. Okay, so we're back. And so now we have two sugared nails. I took and brushed off the excess glitter. And now wherever the nail was not sticky going into the lamp does not have glitter, and everywhere else that was covered with the no white top coat, as it is here down this nail and in the front of this one, they now have the glitter stuck to them. It's a really neat effect and texture for the nail. So now we're going to work on the green nails. So let me put my pink nails back. I like working with two of these. It makes it quicker. So we have our pinky nail over here. And we have our green nail. This is the middle finger. I'll get my blue tack to center. There we go. So we have these two. Now on the center nail, we have to stamp on the image just like we did with the pink nails. And the image I used for that was this image right here. And basically, I did it this way. You see that? So, I'll get my plate ready. My clear jelly stamper white polish. Give it a little shake. My stamping card. My stamper. Everything's ready. Paper towel in place. This time, let me see, it's on the edge of the plate, so I'm actually going to switch it this way a little bit so I have more leverage to hold the plate down. So we polish. I'm polishing my, technically left to right, but it's coming out as bottom to top. So we polish. Put the polish away. Scrape down. Hold your plate tight. Roll the image onto the stamper. Look how clear that is. Perfect. Now, it's on the right side of the nail, so let me flip this around just so I have space to maneuver the stamper. Let me flip this around real quick. There we go. And we're going to tilt the nail so that I actually cover the whole side of the nail that I wanted covered. And basically it's like this. So I take this, position it to where I know I'm covering from one side of the nail to the other. Much of the images I want. Rock it a little. Roll it out. There you have it. I can now clean off my stamper. Put it away. And now I'm going to need a no white top coat for this. So let me go ahead. You don't want, at this point, I do not want, oh wait, let me put this was turned upside down actually. This base has a little tilt to it. So the nails tilt down. And if I put it that way, facing the opposite direction, the nail's going to be tilting up, which makes it harder to polish and everything. There we go. So let me go ahead and put a quick no wipe top coat on this and cure it and get it in the lamp so that we can do the glitter, the iridescent glitter on these two nails. And then we're almost done. We just need to put some stones and we'll have the finished set. So let me get this in the lamp and I'll be right back. So here we are. The stamping image is protected. We're ready to put the iridescent glitter with the tinsel on both nails. Again, the same as with these nails, you only put the no wipe top coat where you want the glitter to stick to. So on this image, I actually went in and out of the design a little bit. I went in here like this, came back out, went along this little image, and polished across here. And I just covered up the image just slightly, but it's a jagged edge anyway, so I made sure that I didn't cover up this cute little swirl. There you go. And on the pinky nail, it's the entire nail, so just put a nice little layer of no wipe top coat. You could use sticky top coat, but then your glitter actually is going to have a sticky layer. So if you've got some overflow under the nail, you have to wipe the inhibition layer clear. Wipe it off the nail. So it's easier just to use a no wipe top coat. Okay, now that that's on there, generous generously applied. I'm going to go ahead and open up our glitter. And this glitter has the bigger shards of the iridescent. So I try to wipe them away a little and just try to get mostly the little ones on first. Because if not, they all stick up on the nails. So I'm going to make sure I sugar with a lot of the iridescent fine glitter first. And then you make sure, see, it's still picking up some of those shards, the little tinsel shards. Okay. Then you tap this on. Now, in the case of this nail, or this type of glitter, actually, you see how the little pieces are all sticking out? I don't know if I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see what I'm talking about. I can't control sometimes. You see the little pieces sticking out right about there? So what I do is, let me tap off some of the excess, is I actually stuck my finger under the nail and pressed in a little so that it stuck to the nail and they're not all sticking out, because if you cure them like that, they're going to stay stuck, and it is so hard to just snip them off with scissors or anything. So maybe even just lightly, ever so lightly tap to push down any shards that are sticking up. So the nail is nice and smooth. See, I don't think it's, there we go. The nail is nice and smooth, but yet you can see the little iridescent tinsel. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same here. We're going to take our scooper and try to get some mostly iridescent glitter. I'm sorry, mostly the fine glitter, and then the iridescent tinsel will follow. Tap this on. At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a little messy. I've got the paper underneath, and we're going to recollect all of that glitter that fell, because we don't want to waste any of it. I'm not in frame. Let me go ahead. Hopefully you can see most of what I did. Tap that on. I forgot that I zoomed in really, really close. So take this, tap it back into the pot, and the same thing. If you get your finger underneath it, you can pick up some of those little edges. There we go. That's focused better. And then press it down ever so lightly. You don't want to squish the gel polish out that your finger's getting all sticky. See, my fingers are not sticky. So I know the glitter is still staying stuck to the nail. If you see a piece that you want to add a little more, because I think over here I'll add just a little bit. Tap off the excess. Tap off all the excess, get it off of my base. There we go. So you see, there's no big huge shards sticking up. The nail is still smooth. I didn't add any bulk to it in either case. Now, wipe off some of the glitter so it doesn't get in my lamp. And we're going to cure this. And while I cure this, I'm going to show you how putting this little piece of paper down made a huge difference. And I learned that from the last time that I did a tinsel glitter. It gets everywhere. So what I do is I level out the pot. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see this. Zoom back out. There we go. And you want to roll your paper up a little. and tap it. Roll it from the sides. Tap it. Don't shake it, just tap it. And then you can basically turn this into a funnel. And you're going to see how much glitter I salvage. Make sure you get the tip of the paper into your pot. And then if you just tap it, all of it went back in. I didn't make a mess on my table, on my silicone mat. There's no excess. I don't know if you can see. Other than a little bit of fine glitter that stuck to the paper, everything's back in the pot. So now what I do to keep down the mess even further is I fold the paper so that none of it pops out of my garbage. And then I immediately put the top back on my glitter pot. And I simply take one of these cotton rounds, spray it with alcohol, or spray my mat with alcohol. Nice little layer. And it's saturated enough where it picks up every little piece of glitter. And that's it. That's nice and clean. Now I don't have glitter everywhere, except for on my nails. The nails are done. 30-second cured. Look how pretty. Look, I just knocked off a whole bunch of glitter that was stuck on this thing. So I'm going to clean that off camera. Let's put these nails back on to their original stand. We're going to work on the rhinestones real quick. I will do that in fast motion just because it's time consuming and boring. And then I will slow it down so we can get one final look at the set. Again, I switched it up just slightly with the index finger. I went ahead and did the whole front of the nail instead of at an angle. So I'm going to put the rhinestones on following the angle of the glitter. Basically, it's almost like a French on that nail. Stick this back on. Good to go. I'll be right back. I'm going to clean up the rest of this glitter. And we're on to rhinestones. Be right back. So I'm back and I'm ready to do the final stage, which is to apply the stones. We're going to be using these larger stones, 2 of them for the thumbnail, and 3 little ones of these as well. And then I have my box Obling that has a bunch of different sizes. I was at nail school and one of the students asked me if she can have a couple of stones, and I said yes, and then she proceeded to drop it on the floor. So everything that was nicely organized is no longer nicely organized. So I have to pick through them. But I'm not going to do that on camera because I went ahead off camera and got everything ready. So there's your thumbnail. There's your index finger, the 9 of them. And then this is the ring finger, which has 9, I believe, 10, 11, 12, something like that, which are these 2. There's 3 bigger ones and a bunch of small ones. So I'm going to carefully set that aside, and then we'll get started. Now the reason why I have my palette out is because I want to put some no wipe top coat on it so that I can pick it up with my dotting tool and make it easier. Now for these bigger stones, the two larger stones, I actually could just put it on the nail and then hold them in place, which is how I did the original set. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Let me move the plate out of the way, you don't really need to see that. But I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. But I will be in fast motion. Hopefully. Yeah. I'm going to get my manicure light. Where do I have that? I have a black one and I have a pink one. So today I'm going to use the black one. So this is a Nuni Torres curing light. Works exactly like the pink one. The pink one's in with my E-Nail Couture kit that I'm going to be demoing soon, so stay tuned for that as well. So here we go. Back with our completed set. Happy birthday, Jillian. These are for you, based on your preferences. I hope you like them. I hope you have a wonderful birthday today. And that you get everything your heart desires. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that notifications bell so you get the notifications of when I upload videos. I've got a bunch of them coming down the pipe and you don't want to miss out. So until our next video, bye!